Hey guys! This is so crazy. I'm doing my first tutorial. I'm so excited. Doing brows today. I've had so many requests for this for a long time, and I just didn't really know how to do it when I had my other blog. Like I've had this for like a few years now because I've had to do them myself because like a lot of people I think in high school I completely overplucked my brows and I did them with a pencil for a long time and like they just looked really bad. So finally a couple years ago, maybe two or three, I bought Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow. This stuff changed my life. So I'm going to show you guys how I do my brows today. I'm not going to say this is a tutorial. It is, but it isn't. It's how I do mine. It's I'm not going to say it's the best way. I'm not going to say, oh, this is the way you have to do it. This is just how it works, what works for me. I've tried a lot of different like pencils and different things and like gels and stuff. And like, this is just the stuff that works best for me. I do it kind of fast now. Like I can do my brows in like 5 or 10 minutes, but it took me a long time to get there. So like if it takes you a long time, don't worry about it. It took me forever for so long to know how to do it and what shapes I like. And like still some days I like look in the mirror and I'm like, what was I thinking? So like it's not perfect every day, but like I think I've like figured out a system that works. So if it doesn't work for you, that's totally fine. But like I'm just gonna show you how I do it because a lot of people have asked how I do it. So here we go.
Okay, so as you can see, I literally have like 5 hairs on each of my brows. It's terrible. So this is what I use. Like I said, it's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. This stuff is awesome. I get mine in dark brown, I believe. And then I use this brush. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush, number 12. This is honestly what makes the magic happen. And that brush on the other end is what is going to help us the most get the brows that aren't starky contrast against our skin. So what you're going to want to do is just get a little bit of the dip brow on there. I don't get too much because if you get too much, it can just go way too far. At least that's what I found. So just a little bit and you can always get more. So I start at the very beginning of my brows and I start at the bottom. And I do this because I like to blend it up to make the full brow. So I start at the bottom, as you can see, and I'm kind of going through the middle of my brow. And then I use the other end. See, I flip the brush and I am blending it up through my brow and I'm just making it the width a little bit bigger. So I can make not a line. So I'm grabbing more and I'm just blending it up through, starting to make my arch. And like I've said, I've tested different ways to do my eyebrows and the shapes I use, and I have just found a way to make my arch the way I like for my eye shape. Um, Tried and tested. You guys can do the same. I don't have many tips on that yet. I can do that though if you would like. I've just been doing the same shape for a long time, so I don't have a stencil or anything. I just kind of found it my own way, and I just do it freehand. As you can see, like I said, so this isn't um, super detailed until I do this though. I will put the brush to make sure like it starts kind of where my nose bone ends. Like you saw how I put the brush right next to my skin above my nose. I will try to start it right there. Um, as you can see, I'm just filling in some more, brushing it in with the other side. I like to make it just a little bit subtle in the beginning of my brow, just kind of so it fades into a darker brow. I just think it looks a little more natural that way. Just my opinion though. So that side's done. It took a little bit of time, but like I said, it took me a long time to get to the point where I can just do it like that. So, and as you can see, I'm shaping the brows with my fingers. I don't sit there and use a concealer to shape my brows. I use my fingernails and my hands to just kind of shape it after I have put them on with the dip brow. Got a little on my face there. That's totally fine. So as you can see, other side, just starting from the beginning. I put the brush there so I can know where to start. And then I get the dip brow and I'm going to blend it up now. I like to blend it with this side. That side, if I didn't have that side, I used to use my fingernail before I got this brush. So this brush is awesome because it does both things. It just makes it so much easier to blend it into your brows and onto your skin. So after you get that done, you blend it in. And yeah, sometimes I do like to go up like that. It makes it look like there's little hairs. This brush allows you to do that. So it makes it kind of look a little more natural. Going up some more, making the arch. And sorry, I didn't realize that you couldn't see very well right there. And I do go through and I will tap little spots that I see that get a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Just a little bit sparse from me blending. I'll blend and sometimes I blend too much. So I have to go back in and blend some more and put some more on and blend. It's just kind of a trial and error every time I do my brows. And that time, if you saw, I went a little too below where I wanted it to start. I was blending and I accidentally went outside where I wanted it. So I just wipe it off with my fingers. And I just have to tell you, I normally do my brows right after I put on my BB cream. Right now my makeup's done and the only thing I had left to do was my brows. But actually what I did in this video is I had my makeup done all day and then I went and I took my makeup cloth that I used to take off my makeup and I just took my brows off. And so I could just show you guys. I normally don't do them last because I have to constantly use my fingers around on my skin, and if I had to do that, I would have to take my makeup off as I did that with my fingers, and I don't want to do that. So I do this in the very beginning of my makeup routine. And as you can see, I'm just sitting there using my fingers, going back and forth, trying to blend, trying to make my shape that I want, that I like, and just trying to get that shape. And see, I use my fingernails and I use my fingers. I don't sit there and I've seen tutorials where they use concealer to shape it and to make it a little more defined in the end. And I do go through, like I said, I do this before I put on my foundation. So I will go and put like foundation around it and stuff and to clean it up slightly, but I usually just clean it up with my fingers beforehand. And so I don't really have to do much with my concealer or my foundation. And I want to emphasize again, I do start at the bottom part of my brow, normally throughout the entire thing until I get to my arch. So I'll start on the bottom, use the Dipbrow to put some on my skin, and then I'll blend it up to make the full brow. Blend it up and out, if that makes any sense. And I will go back through with the pointed end of the brush, not this brushy part, but the softer part. I will use the pointed end to kind of make little hair type strokes as well, if I feel like I need to do that. And they are almost done. I'm cleaning up a little more. Feel free to clean up as much as you want. And honestly, there have been so many days I've had to take them off and start again. So if that is something you have to do, don't feel bad or like you'll never get it. Because honestly, when I first started using this, I didn't know what I was doing. It took so long for me to actually get the hang of it. But once I did, I loved it and I will never go back. Well, I'm getting my brows done, but if I ever need to use something for my brows, I will definitely be using Dipbrow. It is amazing. And I go back and just shape it, make it look like how I want to look. So there you have it. I hope this tutorial was helpful. Just one more look at those brows. I've practiced a lot, so I can do it quick. If you can't, just keep practicing. Let me know if this was helpful and what else you guys want to see. Thanks, guys.